Good evening, y'all. Welcome to another edition of the S.O.B Sports Report Talking S. As always, I'm Nick.
I'm Manny.
Thank you guys so much for giving us your time tonight. I have to ask you, though, please like, comment, share, subscribe. We're trying to build this platform, y'all. Please, smash that like button. Comment. Let us know what you think. Share it with your people. We appreciate you. Let's get right into it. Alrighty, y'all. So we're introducing a new segment this week called Talking Speed. No, we're not dealing meth. Yes, I talk fast regardless. What we're going to do is we're going to have Christian ask us 3 generalized questions this week, and we're going to each have 30 seconds to answer those questions. We want you guys in the comments to tell us whose rebuttal you thought was the strongest. We want you to answer those questions if you're willing. And as well, drop some questions you'd like us to ask in the next segment of Talking Speed. Let's get into it, y'all.
All right, Manny, since you're wearing the Dak jersey, let's start you off. With Dak out, are the Cowboys' playoff hopes still alive with the Red Rocket, a.k.a. Andy Dalton? 30 seconds, go.
First of all, Christian, it's Red Rifle. Put some respect on that man's name. And second of all, Dak, no one's going to replace you. But anyways, back to topic. Andy Dalton has led the Bengals to 4 playoff appearances. I mean, lost all 4. But there's still a chance, especially in the putrid NFC East. I mean, the best quarterback is Carson Wentz, who's arguably like one of the bottom tier quarterbacks this year.
5 seconds.
My God. And then the Redskins, Giants, come on. They're not even real teams. Bottom barrel defenses, bottom barrel offenses.
All right, time's up. Nick, same question.
All right, so looking into it, the Red Rifle, I do like Andy Dalton, but the fact that they are in an incompetent division in the NFC East, they are going to make it to the playoffs, unfortunately. But if they were in any other division in the NFC, any other division at all, they are one of the worst teams, bottom tier teams. They are 2-3 with Dak Prescott averaging over 400 yards a game. That is fucking unheard of. Their defense is playing not only incompetently, but they're missing assignments. They're scared to tackle. That's not even real defense. Yeah, you guys have Alden Smith at the edge rusher,
5 seconds.
but everyone else looks like shit. So if the Cowboys are in any other division, they don't make the playoffs.
Cut.
Not going to argue with you on that one.
All right, Nick, you're going to start off this question. Since you're the MMA fan, who would you rather fight? James Harrison or Terrell Suggs? 30 seconds, go.
One, I would rather fight neither of them. But if I absolutely had to, you had to lock me in a cage with one of them, I would rather be locked in there with James Harrison. And here's why. They're both equally beasts in the weight room. They both have high school wrestling backgrounds. But James Harrison has way shorter arms than Terrell Suggs. I mean, Terrell Suggs can jab your lights out from 6 feet away. James Harrison would have to get a little bit closer than me, and I would have to use in and out footwork. Not that I would have any chance regardless.
5 seconds.
James Harrison's kicking my ass regardless. But I'm choosing to fight James Harrison over Terrell Suggs.
Time's up. All right, Manny, your turn, go.
Well, see, they're both scary motherfuckers, I'm not going to lie. But if I had a choice, I'll pick Terrell Suggs. One, I'm assuming he's a little slower than James Harrison. Please be slower. But Terrell Suggs, slower, older, weaker knees. Please don't murder me.
I didn't even think about the weak knees.
You didn't think of the weak knees. And I love your wrestling background. They're both going to murder
5
us.
seconds.
But yeah, Terrell Suggs, weak knees. Just better, not better, destroyed body at this point.
Time's up.
Okay, so you guys tell us who you would rather fight, Terrell Suggs or James Harrison.
All right, Manny, last question. Start it out. What will be the biggest sport in the next 15 years?
I'm going to have to say basketball because the NBA has already taken over the Chinese market. They're actually the biggest demographic for the NBA fan base. And then, they're branching all over the world, especially in Africa, Spain, because you're getting all these European players. So they're scouting talent in the European level, Spanish levels, Spanish leagues, So more eyes are getting focused on basketball as a way out too, so more people are getting more interested.
5 seconds.
And and then retired NBA players can go to China and get better money, and they're big draws over
Time's
there.
up. All right, Nick, same question. Go.
Okay, so Gary Vee said that the biggest sports in 15 years will be soccer, basketball, and UFC. What a casual. So, I will stick with him, though. It's MMA that will be the biggest sport in the next 15 years. Now, I'm not just saying that because it's my favorite sport. Hear me out on this. The UFC alone has grown 8 million Instagram followers and Twitter followers over the last 3 years. Bellator has more than doubled their social media following in the last 3 years. ONE FC has grown over 1.5 million over the last year alone. Looking into it, they have champions from China and Weili Zhang. They have Nigerian champions like Kamaru Usman and Israel Adesanya. They are going worldwide, and who doesn't love the primal instinct in a fight?
All right, time's up.
That was fun.
All right, y'all. So our startums and situms, have been about hit or miss by definition. So this week,
have we been missing.
this week we're going to do something a little bit better for y'all. Start 'em and sit 'ems, kickers and defenses.
Yeah!
So if you want to listen to us, please do. If you don't, it's all good because we're not going to lose you your damn game this week. So let's talk about them. For my start 'em and sit 'em, my starting kicker, Jason Sanders, kicker from the Miami Dolphins. He's 5 for 5 in his last 2 games each. 5 for 5 last week, 5 for 5 the week before, and he has a 50-yard field goal in each of those games. Start that man. He's looking really good. And then for my sit-em, Chris Boswell. Chris Boswell is playing at the Cleveland Browns, outside stadium. We all know how that goes. And Chris Boswell is hit or miss kicker, and he's looking at a miss game for me.
All right, cool. For my stardom is going to be Zane Gonzalez of the Arizona Cardinals.
Bird gang.
God, I hate Bird Gang. They're playing the 30th ranked Dallas Cowboys defense. Wow, that hurts to say. But he's going to get you some points on there, right? Right? Anyways, back to my sit-em. It's going to be Dustin Hopkins of the Washington Redskins. As putrid as the Giants have been, they're actually 5th best in yards allowed. So they're actually pretty decent on the defense this year. So, yeah, no, they're not going to get anywhere close to the end zone.
So when I think of kickers, I personally don't look at stats too much. I feel like he's putting way too much number in the stats game of it. When I look at kickers, I think about how are their red zone proficiency is going to be. How are they going to play in the red zone? Are they going to get close enough for the kicker to have a good field goal, whether that's a 30 or 40-yard field goal? Or are they going to get close enough to where he's only kicking 10 to 19-yard field goals the whole game? Alrighty, y'all. Defense. Manny, start him, sit him defense for the week.
My starting defense is going to be the Indianapolis Colts. They're the number 1 rated fantasy team. They've been averaging 12.80 points per game. So, yeah, and they are playing the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, that start him written all over it.
And then my sit-em defense is going to be the 49ers defense. I know it's a bit of a shocker, but they're hurt at all 3 levels, and they're playing a top 5 Rams offense.
Yeah, I don't disagree with either one of those. I actually love both of those. I would definitely.
All right, Nick, how about you?
So for me, my sit-em would be the Buccaneers defense. Reason why Devontae Adams is returning. Devontae Adams is clearly, in my opinion, top 5 receiver in the league right now.
Not going to argue with you on that one.
He's best route runner in the league if you ask me there as well.
Best release.
And then you have Aaron Rodgers who's playing like a top 3 quarterback, as he always does. There's no surprise there. Sit the Buccaneers defense. I'm not trusting them this week against the returning Devontae Adams and the Green Bay Packers. Looking at my stardom. The Steelers against the Browns. Reason I'm having the Steelers against the Browns. Baker Mayfield is the definition of a hot, cold quarterback. He has games where he's absolutely reaching at a peak. This is his downslope. This is where he's going to have a bad game. And the Steelers defense, they're the top defense in the league right now, or top 5 defense in the league, I'm so sorry. Leading the leagues in pressures and quarterback hits, and their secondary is really gelling together and meshing. So my stardom would definitely be the Steelers against the Browns, and my sit-em will definitely be the Buccaneers.
Well, the bubble system worked for the NBA.
It did.
We have an NBA champion in the Los Angeles Lakers returning to the promised land. That hurts as a Celtics fan. But congratulations, LeBron James, for his 4th NBA title and also 4th Finals MVP. And fun fact, Rajon Rondo is the first player in NBA history to win a ring with both the Celtics in 2008 and the LA Lakers in 2020. Only player in history to win a ring with both teams. They are now tied at 17-17 for the most NBA titles in NBA history.
NBA dynasties, baby. I'm curious. Do you think the Heat would have played any better if Dragic wasn't hurt up until Game 5?
No.
No, fair.
Because the LA Lakers were also missing Avery Bradley, who would have shut down Goran Dragic as well.
I want to say 2 things about this. Shout out to Jimmy Buckets. He played absolutely amazing in the postseason. None of this is his fault that the Heat lost, of course.
No.
It is a team sport, though. Definition of a team sport. Second thing, if you're from Arizona, and oh my God, everyone on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, every single platform you see, if you're from Arizona, which I know half of y'all are from Arizona, why are y'all Lakers fans? Give me a real reason. Comment and let me know below why you're a Lakers fan and give me a real argument. I don't want to hear that LeBron argument.
Or Kobe.
I want a real argument, please. Because being from Arizona, I've been having to suffer with the Phoenix Suns my whole 24 years of living. I want to know why you guys are a Lakers fan.
All right, Nick, it's our favorite time of the year. No, it's not that fight. That's in 2 weeks, Nick. You already know this.
Khabib Gaethje, 2 weeks. Wait for the MMA breakdown. It's going to be the shit.
We're hyped for that.
Yes, sir.
I'm coming over for that. It's the MLB playoffs right now. So, the Tampa Bay Rays are playing the Houston assholes. Well, more like Houston dumbasses for getting caught cheating. But anyways, the Tampa Bay Rays are actually up 2-0 in their series so far. They're going to start Taylor Glenn Snow, who is 2-0 in the postseason, but has a terrible ERA of 4.05. Woo! The counter that the Astros are going to start, Jose Ukili. I don't even care if I mispronounce that name. Cheating bastards. He's 1-1 in the postseason, but has an ERA of 2.73. So I'm kind of concerned about this one off just the pitching match. Nick, how is the NLCS doing?
So I was looking at it right now. You're going to have the Braves, and of course they're going to be facing off right there with the LA Dodgers. Mookie Betts and the LA Dodgers batting has really struggled this postseason. They've only hit 2 home runs this whole postseason, so I'm really curious to see if they get it together. Looking on the other side of the Braves, they have Marcelo Souza, and then they have Ronald Acuna Jr. I know I mixed up those last names, but it's all good.
It's all good.
Their bat is still looking very hot right now. They have a really solid postseason run looking at it. If I were to put my money on it, I'm definitely still going with the Braves, who have been my sleeper team since the very beginning.
So basically, we're calling the Dodgers are choking again?
I just hope the Dodgers lose regardless. Homer pick.
Good shit, Nick.
All right, y'all. Manny, I know you watched the fights this weekend.
Yeah, I was over your place. You kind of forced me to.
Yeah, that's a good point. But with that being said, Corey Sandhagen versus Marlon Moraes. Man, Corey Sandhagen, what a fighter. Systematically chewed apart Marlon Moraes. Switching stances, in and out movements, feints. One of the most impressive things as well, his glove control. Anytime they came anywhere near close to where Marlon was in any sort of striking distance, he just kept putting his hand out, probing that glove. Now, there are a few moments over the fight that I really want to break down as well. I have to look at my notes here because, of course, I'm not going to memorize the exact seconds, and we don't have UFC copyright, so we can't actually put the clips up for you. So, if you have a chance on ESPN Plus or UFC Fight Pass, go back and watch these clips. At 1 minute and 28 seconds, you have Corey Sandhagen. He comes in, and he's standing in an orthodox stance. He throws a right straight. In the middle of throwing that right straight, he switches stances to southpaw. He's probing Marlon Moraes with a jab. Right jab, right jab, right jab. Cuts a 90-degree angle. Marlon Moraes throws a right hook, swings, hits air, and literally falls on the canvas. Literally. Indicative of how the fight went. And then you have it, 32 seconds left. 32 seconds left in the first round. You have Corey Sandhagen throw a low inside left leg kick and follow up with a right knee to the body to Marlon Moraes. Like, how creative, how amazing of a setup. Corey Sandhagen looked absolutely incredible. And like I said, go back and watch that. 1 minute 28 seconds, 32 seconds left, both in the first round. Go watch those moments, you'll see exactly how the fight went. Another thing about that fight that really stood out to me, they said that Corey Sandhagen only landed 43%. That's more like a 75-80% clip because more than half of the hand punches he was throwing, probing punches, feinting punches, setting up punches. Corey Sandhagen landed on a 2-to-1 clip in terms of in terms of kicks and knees as compared to punches. Besides maybe 2 body shots and an uppercut that landed in the first round, I don't think Corey Sandhagen landed one significant punch with his hands. Everything else was straight body work, low kick work. Clearly that spinning heel kick, which got set up by the body kicks. Corey Sandhagen put on an absolute clinic. If you haven't watched the fight, go back and watch it. And remember, if you do watch the fight, 1 minute and 28 seconds and 32 seconds in the first round, very indicative parts of those rounds.
All right, Nick. So what fight are you going to force me to watch this weekend?
Force you to watch, you're going to want to watch this fight, I promise you. Brian T. City Ortega versus the Korean Zombie, Chan Sung Jung.
Damn, I'm already sold on Korean Zombie. That's a sick-ass nickname.
He's one of my top 5 favorite fighters, so this is going to sound like a homer pick. He does fight out of Fight Ready here in Arizona, so it is slightly a homer pick, but let me tell you why. Brian Ortega hasn't fought in 21 months. That is damn near 2 years. His last fight, he fought against Max Holloway. He absorbed 290 significant strikes over the course of 4 rounds. 290.
That's possible?
290 over the course of 4 rounds. Shows how tough he is. But some fights and some wars, I feel like no fighters come back the same from. If you want an example of that, go look at Carlos Condit and Robbie Lawler. Go look at Rory McDonald, Robbie Lawler. Look at any of those fights and tell me if they come back the same after that. I'm hard-pressed to believe that they do. So with that being said, ring rust I also do not believe is real for high-level fighters. So I don't think ring rust is going to be a problem for Brian Ortega.
I do.
But he's naturally a slow starter regardless. He was down on strikes against Renato Moicano before he choked him out. He was down on strikes by a lot against Cub Swanson before he also got choked out. He was down on strikes against Frankie Edgar before he clipped Frankie Edgar. He does get hit a lot is the point that I'm trying to make. Granted, when you do show it on a double leg or a stupid takedown, regardless on Brian Ortega, he's going to attack that neck, and he ties that neck up. On the other side of it, the Korean Zombie. Korean Zombie is a fast starter. Knocked out Renato Moicano and Frankie Edgar, common opponents, in the first round in his last 2 fights. He's had 2 first-round knockouts since the last time Brian Ortega's even fought. Korean Zombie, if he hits Brian Ortega even a third of how much that Max Holloway hit him, I don't see Brian Ortega's chin being able to hold up against a killer like the Korean Zombie. If you're going to put your Bovada money on it, your bet money on it, go bet money on the Korean Zombie, and I'm even going to go as far as saying he's going to knock him out. I truly believe the Korean Zombie, his hands, his accuracy, how sharp he is, and he's not going to shoot a dumb takedown. He's not going to give Brian Ortega his neck. If Brian Ortega does win this fight, it's going to be by a neck attack. I truly see that Korean Zombie, though, winning by knockout. Hey, thanks again, guys, for joining us for another evening edition of the S.O.B Sports Report Talking S. As always, I'm Nick.
I'm Manny.
We really appreciate all the love and all the support. But, guys, again, comment, like, share, subscribe. Give us any topics and suggestions you want to hear us talk about. And as well, give us some questions, suggestions as well for Talking Speed. We're going to come up with a better name for that, hopefully, because we just sound like a bunch of meth heads at that point.
Oh, dear God, you do.
But regardless, y'all, much love. We really appreciate you guys. And we'll see y'all next week. Because I'm telling you, bro, he literally, bro, was the sickest shit ever, bro. My boy went, huh, 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 whoop, and went, sup, swing, fat face. I was like, ah! I went crazy. So,
Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? Please stand up.
Please stand.
Alrighty, y'all. So we're going to do something a little bit different this week because we want to get you guys involved as well as ourselves. We're also going to get producer Christian involved. Sad sack motherfucker. I'm just kidding. I shouldn't have said that. Was very rude.